Are you ready to create a life you crave? Let's spin that doom loop of negativity into an upward success cycle and start living lucky.
Good morning.
Happy Valentine's Day!
I'm Jason.
And I'm Jana, and do you love my outfit? Woo, woo, woo! I had to show you all because this was a birthday gift from my mom, who bought it from my best friend, Marcy, who has a store called Vendela in Minneapolis. And not only is this from her store, but this is actually her clothing line.
Vendela.
So it actually had a tag that had, is it Vendela or Vendela?
Yes.
Where's the accent?
You say Vendela, I say Vendela.
You say Vendela, and
I say Vendela.
We just made up a little song. Actually, you know what tune would go better with that is Vendela, Ella, Ella, Ella. You know
Come into my Vendela, Ella, Ella.
Ella. Anyway, I just want to say that I feel so good in this new outfit, and sometimes you just need something new and fresh.
And really good chief earrings.
I know, right? These would have been awesome Kansas City chief earrings. So I'm wearing them in honor of our
thanks, Lori.
Super
Happy
Bowl
Valentine's
champs.
Day.
Woohoo!
50 stars.
It is happy Valentine's Day to all of you. And so today we are celebrating love. There's just an energy when it comes to love.
Right? Just love yourself.
Love. And the way we are taking on this is loving ourselves. We did a love yourself challenge. Was it
2 years ago?
Last year or 2 years ago?
It was 2 years ago.
It was 2021. So I know it's 2023 now, but it's the beginning of 2023. So in 2021, Jason and I did a love yourself challenge. Now we had, I don't know, probably 55 people that signed up for our love yourself challenge. And we challenged people for 21 days to look in the mirror every single morning, and we had a prompt for them to do. And some prompts were very simple. Some prompts were literally look in the mirror and strip naked. Oh,
Now you say it's very simple. Some people have a really hard time with that.
Right.
There were a couple months where I really avoided the mirror. Like I would look at my face to do my teeth, shave, and that's it.
but you know,
I
as a
felt
man,
like Homer Simpson, and I was like, I don't even want to see that right now.
as a man, that is so brave for you to say, because men a lot of times will look in the mirror, and I don't know if they're just a little delusional sometimes.
Yeah, we
can
block
look in
it
the
out,
mirror
we ignore it.
and they say, "Whoa, look good
Look at
today!"
this. If you got a good tool, you got to build a shed over it.
Right? And they just love themselves like that, which is honorable. I mean, I admire that.
It's delusion.
And I feel like as women, we need to take that attitude.
That's why you put frosting on a cake.
But as women, now I'm just going to be real. We sometimes will look in the mirror and our eye immediately goes to our flaws. Immediately we will say, oh my gosh, look at that. I call it my para pouch, but I have like this little kangaroo pouch, and my eye goes to it every single time, instead of saying, look at my belly and how it has digested all of the food that I have eaten in the last week. You know, instead of looking at the things and the functions that it does and celebrating how well it works for me, I immediately pick it apart.
And if you're drawn to the flaw, try to not get drawn to the flaw, but draw yourself to something that you do love. Exactly. And love that more. And when you love that more, then you'll start to love the things next to it. And then when you love the things next to it more, you can love the things next to that more. And that just kind of ripples out.
For example, my eyes. If I look into like that magnifying mirror, you know, the magnifying side of the mirror, if I go straight to my eyes, I can sit there and look at my eyes all day long. I love my eyes. In fact, if you look really closely at my eyes, they're even outlined. I'm like, oh my gosh, how did God do this? Like he outlined my eyes. I can't even do that in the art room, right? And when you start looking at the things you love about yourself, there's chemicals in the brain. And all of a sudden those chemicals start becoming contagious. You start releasing the oxytocin and the
Oxycontin.
not that. Not
Don't do
that.
Endorphins.
The endorphins, the good chemicals that start spreading. And then you start, it's almost like the gratitude chemicals, the ones that make you feel better. And then you start noticing other good things. It just puts you in a better mood.
Gratitude has a compounding effect.
It does.
Yes.
It does. However, it's so much easier said than done.
Yeah.
So I know that when we did our Love Yourself challenge, we did several things. So not only were we looking at ourselves naked, but then we slowly would start graduating to just simply saying, I love you. I love you. Like look at yourself in the mirror every morning and say, I love you. Now that's hard for some people. And to say
mean it.
to say it over and over until you truly feel it and mean it. And some people would report, oh my gosh, I broke out in tears.
I love you for this.
Yes.
I love you for this. I love you for trying. I love you for showing up. I love you for not giving up.
And why is that? Why is it hard to receive it? Because sometimes people do.
Because a lot of times we acknowledge it and we tell ourselves this in our head.
Yeah.
But we don't hear it in our ears. So you can hear something in your head over and over and over again. But until the words come outside of you and come back to you, a lot of times we just long to hear it from outside. And
but
even if it's our own voice.
Hear it from outside. Even at church, when someone gives us a compliment, even when you complimented me on my outfit this morning, sometimes it's hard to say, why, thank you. I love the way I feel in my new outfit. I do look great, don't I? Because there's that little limiting.
Well, sometimes we have
worm
that jukebox on inside our head.
That's saying, oh, that's not socially acceptable. That's narcissist to agree with that.
Or it might not be true, or it might be said because he's supposed to say that, or he's conditioned to say that.
We have learned to deflect. We have learned over time to deflect it and to say, oh, and then we put ourselves down. That's what we're doing. We are literally devaluing
it's like
ourselves.
Wonder Woman with her bracelet. She's like, down, get these compliments away from me. Get this self-love away from me.
That's crazy. In fact, we need to say, yeah, tell me more. Tell me more. I know, right? My outfit looks fabulous. Tell me more.
It makes
Tell me more.
It makes me feel empowered. I love the way I feel in this, and I'm going to show up fully in it.
I know where you can get one too. That's what we need to do.
Mandela's got one for you.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, we're all a work of art, and we're kind of the artist once we're in this world. Yeah. And we have the opportunity to continually work on ourselves. Yeah. Don't put the brush down. Don't put the sculpting hammers down.
Yes.
And just be okay with where we are, right?
Right.
And just keep working on ourselves. But so often we want to work on everybody else, and we won't listen to anyone else. I always wanted to fix everything else outside of me.
I know, but you know what's really happening there? When you're trying to fix everything outside of you, that's really just an unconscious
you're seeing
what you're really doing is trying to fix everything inside yourself.
You see what you need to fix inside yourself, but you're trying to fix it externally.
Yeah, it's just a reflection of what's really happening internally.
Yes, and I didn't realize that.
And Marilyn says, I love myself a lot. I love that,
That's
Marilyn.
Awesome.
I am high-fiving you.
A lot of times it takes a long time to realize that. And sometimes you realize that and then you lose it. Because I remember in college, I probably hit a wall, and I don't remember the wall I hit, but I remember diving into Zig Ziglar, diving into
I thought
Tony
you dove
Robbins.
into a wall.
Yeah, I probably did.
Oh, is that why your nose? No, I'm kidding.
You're right.
I'm kidding.
That's,
I'm not
one
gonna
of
go
the
there.
times I broke my nose. But I remember diving into Zig Ziglar, Tony Robbins, Dr. Wayne Dyer, all these, and it was back when we had the cassette tapes.
Yes.
And I had
We're of that
it had to be
age.
like 36 volumes of Unleash the Power Within. It was all the Tony Robbins things, and I went through every single one of them.
Yes.
I would drive back and forth from Tuscaloosa to Tallahassee, and it was a 5-hour trip.
Yeah, and heaven forbid that your player would get a little squirrely, and then all of a sudden you'd have to take it out.
Well, the tape
And then
shoots out of the
have
player.
to get a pencil and stick it in there and wind it manually until it all.
I remember
went
going
back
through
into
all these things,
place.
and I was like, okay, I'm fixed, and I'm done working on myself, and thinking, okay, I've got it now. But you
Wow.
never stop working on yourself.
Oh, no.
Right?
No, it's a
constant work
thing.
of art.
It's like brushing your teeth.
Yeah.
You have to constantly brush your teeth, right?
Well.
You don't just do it once and then say, done for the decade.
You got to do it at least once a week.
At any rate, well, love yourself. That's what our goal is for today, is to really just love ourselves, give ourselves affirmations, and really believe it.
Yeah.
Really believe it. I think when we start loving ourselves and really feeling self-worth, self-esteem, affirmation, it feels like we are able to give it. It goes back to that airplane, we feed ourselves with love, and then we're overflowing to where we can give to others.
And be okay to not know everything,
Yes.
to realize you're going to make mistakes, and it's all good. Is there anything you're going to do today that's just going to be a way to show you love yourself? I know we're going to be working out. We're going to be.
Oh, yeah, we're
I'm
lifting
still
weights
doing my
today.
push-ups.
We
So
are going to try and lift some weights.
I've been
Now,
nonstop on my push-ups since the new year.
When I say lift weights, we might have to start with our barbecue sauce weights.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember during the pandemic, Jason and I started with barbecue weights.
Yeah, I'll put the link in
that's all we have.
Actually, it's on Instagram, I think.
It is.
Yeah, the Ding Dong song.
It was the ding dong weights. Anyway, have a great day and happy Valentine's Day to you.
Yes, we love you.
Love you. Bye-bye. If the idea of living lucky appeals to you, visit us at startlivinglucky.com.